Hi, I'm Donna with Donna's Things. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for turning on your phone or your TV, whatever you look at, checking out what's going on this side of the camera. I really do appreciate it. And then, of course, if you are returning, you know my heart also. I really do appreciate you checking things out also. So, today is a day I want to show you a group of things that I made. I am calling it the Weekender. It's like a weekend mini capsule, we can call it. It's quite a few pieces, so this video might take a little bit time, but I will go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with some of what I have on and other pieces that go with it. So the first thing I'm going to start with is this Butterick pattern, Butterick 6640. It's the lifestyle wardrobe, and I really like it because you get so many different pieces with it. So there's the shirt and the pants, there's like the long duster, and then there's a shirt dress. I didn't do all of the pieces. I did the pants and I did the shirt dress. At some point I will do the shirt, but it's Butterick 6640. And here are the line drawings. So I'll get started with the pants. This shirt is something separate. So they are just a pair of straight leg pants. They have the zipper on the side. I did a lap zipper, not the invisible zipper. They do have darts here in the front. They have darts in the back. The leg would normally fit a little bit tighter, but I don't wear my pants tight like that. But it does go down to a straight leg, and it has the little slit on the side, and you may see that better when I show you the video or the pictures of me in the different outfits. The other piece that I did to that group is this shirt dress. Now, the fabric for the pants and the shirt dress are denim. It's a black denim. It's a denim that I got from Walmart that was on sale, that has washed up and dried really, really, really nicely. It's not fading or anything. It's kind of lightweight, but it is sewing up pretty well. So this is the shirt dress on that Butterick 6640. And I'll show it to you without the belt. So there is a bodice front and a bodice back because there is a seam that goes across here. Now start with the top. I had mentioned in another video when I first started working on this dress that I had somehow stretched the front bodice pieces. So I ended up putting like a pleat right here, and of course one on the other side, and it really just phases itself right out. So it ended up working really good. I had to do that to make the collar fit. I didn't want to make the collar bigger because I didn't want the dress to be real loose around my neck. It has these, of course, as a shirt dress, it buttons down the front. And it does have one pocket. I believe the pattern has 2 pockets, but I only put the one. And if you're familiar with me, I always have some type of brooch or something on my clothes that I like. It's not the stand-up collar. It looks like a stand-up collar is on here because the piece was cut like slanted for the pointy collar, and then you got that curve, like the half U shape that made it, but it's really all in one. There's the collar. The buttons down the front. So here's the seam where the skirt connects to the bodice. There is a dart in the front of, and there are darts in the back. And then of course it just buttons down. It does have the shirt tail hem if you can see that. It has the shirt tail hem, and it actually fits kind of like a little bit under my knee, but this is what the back looks like. Here's the collar here. So when the collar's turned over, it looks like this. The dart here runs right into, you know, when you put the bodice and the skirt together, the two darts line up real nicely. We have a short set-in sleeve. And then, of course, there are bust darts here. So I would probably wear it with this belt. It's, you know, you don't have to wear a belt, but I would probably, and I'm doing it backwards. Wow, hold on, y'all. You guys, I'm doing it. Looks like I'm doing it backwards. So I would probably wear it with this belt to give it this look right here. If you wanted to button it all the way up, it would look like this. I didn't put the buttonhole in the shirt collar here, but I did put a button on the outside top, so if it was all sitting up, you would see it. And these are the jean buttons. So I made the buttonholes, and then of course the denim or the jean buttons, you just stick that prong through and snap the head, the head of the button on there. So I really do like it. One thing about the pants and the dress, they do not come with pockets. I'm not a real big on pockets person, so I didn't put them in there. But of course, they're just side seams, so you can add pockets if you wanted to do so. So that's the pants and the shirt dress. Now, if you remember, or if you looked at a previous video, I do have a video where I made some bomber style jackets. That was made out of that denim also. So I'm not going to do a review on this, but as you could see, I could put this jacket on with the pants. If it was cool outside, I could put this jacket on with this dress. So that's that first part of the collection. Then I was looking for something to make out of this fabric. I went to the store. It's a polyester knit. I went to the store and bought this piece of fabric to make a dress. And when I got home, I was like, okay, I don't know. Or when I started looking at it, I don't know what kind of dress I'm going to make. And so I started thinking about the patterns that I had. And I remembered I had this new pattern, McCalls pattern, this brand new pattern. We're seeing everybody purchase it, and rightfully so, let me tell you. This is one of the display numbers, so let me get the right number for you. I'm sorry, I don't have it ahead of time. So it's McCalls 8447, a Brandy Jones design, McCalls 8447. Here are the line drawings. And I'll tell you, this is a nice set. So when I remembered I had this, I was like, ooh, I want to make that set anyway, so maybe I'll just try out the shirt. And I wasn't really sure, but this is what it looks like. Now, it's looking a little bit different because I do have the neckband on it. I do have the waistband on it, but I did not put the band on the sleeves. Otherwise, it would have this look. But this is what I chose, kind of like a wearable toile or whatever, to make out of this fabric. There's a lot of detail to this shirt, but I'm going to show it to you in another garment. But this is what it looks like. So this so far is part of my weekend collection. Now, I also decided that I still wanted a dress out of this fabric, and I still didn't know what dress, and I had to then consider how much fabric I had left because I had gone and made this shirt. So I was like, okay, this is my weekend collection. I need something that's going to match this. So went to the fabric store to get fabric to make this whole set. and I decided that I would get another piece of this just to make sure. So I'm going through videos, looking at what's out there, and I came across a video from Pattern Emporium. And I was like, I'm not going to even bother to watch that because they do, you know, their patterns are PDF. I believe that, I don't know if they're all PDF, but they're PDF patterns. But the lady was talking about the long weekend tank dress. And I was like, what is that? She said the long weekend tank dress. And I'll post a picture of that. And so I decided, well, let me download the pattern, get it printed out, and see what it is. And that's where this dress came from. Now, I have to admit, it is very fitting, but it is so cute. Now, what's cute about this that drew me to it is you have, the front is cut on a fold, and it's one long piece. It does have the neckband, but the neckband is about 3/4 of an inch wide. I don't know if you can really see that. So it doesn't just look like a neckband. It's like, it looks like, oh yeah, that's a design in the dress. The armhole, now the armhole doesn't come all the way to the end of the shoulder. It's actually a good inch beyond the shoulder, so it's not that, but it also has that wide band. If I had done it in a separate color, you would be able to see it, but there's the wide band there. So you're looking at this wide neckband here and the wide neckband here. But when you get to the back was cut in 2 pieces. So there's a bodice back and there's a skirt back. So the front is all one piece on the fold, but the back is the bodice back on the fold and the bodice skirt on the fold. So right here, there is a seam. And then the dress had splits on both sides. I only did it on the one side. And you'll see what it looks like also in pictures when I do that. They do have a sash. I didn't make the sash. I figured out maybe I'll look for a solid color belt, depending on when I wear the dress. But what I like is it is form-fitting. It's very nice. It's really cute. But all I have to do is put it on with this jacket. And I have another, you know, I have another outfit for the weekend. So this is the long weekend tank dress. And like I said, I'll have a picture posted so that you can see it. So when I went to the fabric store and said, well, I can see this Brandy Jones pattern, I was like, wouldn't a pretty orange knit look nice? I was thinking maybe like a double knit type thing. I thought that might be necessary, but I went and I found this color right here. It's like a orangey red color, and it's a polyester knit spandex. So it has some spandex in it. I think it's only like 10% spandex in it, but it has a decent stretch, not a lot, but a decent stretch. But this is what it looks like. Might not look like a whole lot on this hanger, but this is a really, really, really nice pattern. So here's your top. Just looking at it, it's the same top like I have on now. You see the neckband. On this one, I did put the wristband on this one, but I left the bottom cropped. I didn't put that. I left the bottom cropped. I did put the neckband. I did put the wristband. But the sleeve is cut in 3 pieces. You have a back sleeve, which is just the one piece like this. But the front is cut in 2. I'm sorry. So here's a piece and here's a piece. And you may not be able to see it, but it is top stitched down that seam and it's top stitched down this seam. So that gave it some detail. The cuffs give it detail. The neckband gives it detail. But this top stitching here, so top, and I did it on this one too. So there's top stitching going down here. And then there's that seam right there for the two pieces, top stitching going down there. So hopefully you can see it on here. It has the drop shoulder, same thing as this one. And I just think this color is really, really pretty. I chose not to do the band on it because while I like this band, I like my clothes a little bit loose fitting, certain things. And so when I tried this one on before I put the band, I was like, oh, that's really cute. But I had only added an inch. I had to add an inch to get it to be the length it is now. So it's really cropped. And I still didn't really want to just leave it. On this one, I added 3 inches. And then all I did was just a small hem. You know, I turned it up. I used my machine, the overlock stitch on my machine, to clean up the seams. And I hemmed it by hand. But I do want to show you. Here's that seam and top stitched. Here's, you can see here where you got the 3 pieces. You have your back and then you have the 2 pieces in the front. I didn't serge or overlock any of this. I just cut it close to the edge and top stitched it down. The arm is double seamed. Everything actually is double seamed. These, except for the sleeve pieces put together that are top stitched. But I have double seamed under the arm going down to the bottom. I have double seamed the shoulder. I double seamed putting in the sleeve in. And then I just cut everything close to the edge. The neckband, I did do the overlock on the neckband. And I did that so it would lay down nicely. And I did do, the overlock on the sleeve. I felt like it would lay down better if it had that overlock. But I am in love with this garment right here. Then the pants. You guys see these pants? The pants are so cute. Now, that's a nice pant. I'll start from the top. The waistband, you did have to add the waistband onto the pants, and it has elastic in it. Mine didn't have a whole lot of room, so even though it has elastic, it's not looking like it's gathered. But it does have the waistband added to it to run the elastic through, and it has side pockets. I did put the pockets in, so it has these side pockets. Of course, same thing over here. And of course, that seam right there is top stitched. Now, the front has the sewn in crease. So as you can see, if you can see it, here's the crease, and all it's just a fraction of an inch, a fraction, where you just fold it together. You fold the front together, and then you just sew that line down so that you get this permanent crease in the front, and it looks like that. So your waist, your pocket, this permanent crease. And then they did a faux fly front zipper. I don't know how well you can see it, but here it is here. You can see it sewn right there. Sewn right down there. So it looks like a fly front zipper, but it's just a faux fly front zipper. And then the leg itself just tapers off into a skinny leg. Now, let me show you the inside. The inside, I sewed this the same way. I double stitched all of my seams. The pocket, I serged around the edges of the pocket. I serged around the band. When I attached the waistband to the pants, I serged around that. But the seams itself, like the shirt, are double stitched and just cut really close to the edge, the ones going down. I did do my overlock stitch at the bottom, and I hemmed the pants by hand. So when you look at the front of the pants from the inside, it looks like you could, like, there's a seam down there, and it is a seam because of the piece that was pinched to do the top stitching down. And you can see that fly front, that faux fly front, because the pattern was cut where you had, it was out some, then went in, and then made the curve, just like a fly front, and you can see it here. But this outfit is gorgeous. So Brandy Jones, you hit it, what they say, you nailed it to the head. I don't know. She really, really did. It is absolutely a beautiful outfit. Now, this is a bit colorful, but I guess I could wear it this way if I wanted to. When I went to match up something for the pantsuit that would blend in with the weekend collection, I didn't want to do pink. I always do pink. I didn't want to do purple because I do purple. Didn't want to do white because I wanted to be able to wear it sooner than I would have worn, at least the weight of the white that I would have chosen. But here we are. She really did a beautiful, a fantastic job on designing this particular pattern, and that's the McCalls 8447. So I'm really happy about all of it. I really am. I am like, I don't know. I'm just happy about it. I love a pantsuit like that. Now, her pants do fit close, and if you want to sew yours that way, I'm sure it's gorgeous. Mine, of course, is going to have a little bit of room. Not as much room as these pants have, but they have a little bit of room underneath. And that's because, you know, that's the way I wear my clothes. But that pattern gets an A, and that pattern gets made again. I was thinking I might pull out the deep, deep purple in here and make the pants again, at least the pants again, and I'd be able to wear them with this shirt. But this is my weekend collection. I have the printed dress, sleeveless dress. I have the shirt dress. I have these denim pants. I have this shirt. Of course, you carry a t-shirt because I might want to put on these pants, a little t-shirt, and the jacket. And then I have the set from Brandy Jones from her pattern. I was going to get another pattern, another piece of solid fabric and make the duster that goes to this group. So I'm thinking about it. I wouldn't do it with all those buttons going down the front because it's like a long shirt dress. But I'm thinking about making that. But for right now, if I did anything over a weekend, this would be the perfect collection to take with me. So I'm going to give it a yay because I'm really pleased with how everything came out. Now, two other things I want to talk about. One is I want to say something about fabric, because if you choose the right fabric, that fabric will do whatever you want it to do. This denim, even though it's denim, I washed it, I dried it. I have not ironed any of these pieces except for the seams, you know. But normally you iron your seams as you go along, and then, you know, you might have to iron the garment before you wear it. I haven't had to iron anything on that dress besides the seams. I haven't ironed anything on that jacket besides the seams. And the same goes for the pants. Then when I look with this piece right here, I sewed this entire shirt without any ironing. Every stitch laid down the way that I needed it to lay down. And the same thing with the reddish orange, the two-piece from 8447, McCalls 8447. The fabric was perfect. I didn't have to do any ironing. I sewed those seams, the double seam, and that thing just laid down. And then when I trimmed it to get it close to the seam, it's perfect. If you choose the right fabric, you got to know what fabric wants to do. Because I might choose to make something else out of that denim and it just doesn't lay right. Or even this one, and it just doesn't lay right. You got to know how, because sometimes you can make something and it just doesn't do right. It's not even a fail. It just wasn't the right fabric, so it didn't lay down or it didn't fit the body or whatever you were doing the way that it was supposed to. So be mindful of how you choose your fabrics. The fabric suggestions that they give you should do the same thing, but I don't always go by that. You kind of start learning what fabric what fabric will do what. So just a little FYI. But I'm really, really pleased with the collection. The last thing I want to share with you, I know we're being quite lengthy, but I wanted to share. I try to take shortcuts when I'm talking, but I have to give the details. I'm sorry. So March 1st of this year will be my 1-year anniversary for having a YouTube channel. And for several different reasons, I'm happy about that and I'm thankful. So I decided that I wanted to celebrate by doing a Zoom. So I am inviting everyone, whomever, to join me on March 2nd. Even though the anniversary is March 1st, that's a Friday. So on March 2nd of this year at 6 p.m., I'm inviting you to join me on Zoom. My daughter will be moderating, taking care of everything. And so we're going to have a couple of questions and answers, and then she is going to open up the mic for a couple of comments. We're definitely not more than an hour, and we're going to try not to even be that long. But it's March 2nd at 6 p.m. I will put the Zoom information in the community tab on this video. So you'll be able to, log in and participate in the Zoom. But I do want to know if you have any questions for me. And if you do, you can mail me those questions starting today. The email for the question and answer period will be in the community tab also. And so it's donnasthings@yahoo.com. And what you can do, if you have any questions, you can go on there, ask the questions, and this way I will have the answers ready and we will go over the questions during the Zoom meeting. Because we don't want to be on there all night, I think Chamika, that's my daughter, Chamika, I think she will probably stop the questions at about 25, maybe 25 questions. But don't you worry about that part. We will concern ourselves. If you have any questions, please send them to my Yahoo email and I will answer them on March 2nd. Don't forget, the Zoom information will be on my community tab, and I am inviting you to join in. So I'm excited about that. It's going to be nice to see some of the faces that are always commenting on the video. Like I say, this channel's not just about me. I can do my thing, I can show you my thing, but if you don't watch, there would be no channel. If you didn't subscribe, if you don't comment, there would be no channel. So the Zoom celebration is for, for you and for me. So Thank you again so much for watching the channel. I really appreciate it. Sorry to have taken up so much of your time, but I wanted to show the entire collection that I have. Hit that like button, share my channel. Of course, if you want to subscribe, I always appreciate it. And as I say, if you just like scrolling through and want to see what Donna's Things is doing, of course, I appreciate that. But don't forget to ring that bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. And again, thank you so much for watching. Bye.